morning. U.S. offices now half as full as before pandemic. At the end of January 2023, for the first time, more than half of the U.S. workers who were told to work from home at the start of the coronavirus pandemic were back in their offices. That's according to a company called Castle Systems, which has been looking at the numbers of people going in and out of tens of thousands of U.S. workplaces using keycards. On January 25th, the Castle's data showed that on average 50.4% of workers in 10 large U.S. cities, including New York, Chicago, Dallas, and Los Angeles, were working at the office again. However, the numbers change each week, and they had fallen back to 45.6% a week later. But the percentage of people coming to the office at least some days a week has been slowly increasing since it dropped suddenly in March 2020. Some companies, including Apple and Disney, have now told employees to return to the office for at least part of the week. That means bosses may be winning the return to office battle, some say. But while the data shows that the people are working from their offices more, it also shows that many now have hybrid arrangements. So they are working some days from home and other days in the office. For example, during the last week of January, on average in those 10 cities, 55.5% of people were at their workplace on Thursday, but just 34.6% were there on Friday. Questions. How many workplaces in the U.S. did Castle Systems look at? What percentage of employees worked from the office on January 25th according to Castle data? How many of the people Castle looked at worked in the office on the last Friday of January? Discussion. What are your thoughts on Castle Systems findings? Did you work from home much during the pandemic? How has this changed in recent months? If you could choose, how many days per week would you work from home? Every day. Have hybrid work arrangements become more common in your country? If you were an employer, would you allow employees to work from home a lot? Yes, I would. Further discussion. How has your workplace changed since the start of the pandemic? What would you like to change about your workplace? What would you miss most about your job if you were to leave? Who are the best bosses or managers you've had? To win in the marketplace, you must first win in the workplace. To work in a marketplace, you must first win in the workplace. Dahl Conant, what do you make of this statement? I think that's a true story.